Hey guys, Malachite here. I am back for the book review of The Element Encyclopedia of Celts, written by Rodney Castleton, the ultimate A to Z of the symbols, history, and spirituality of legendary Celts. The cover on the back, it says Rodney Castleton is the author of numerous books on Neolithic Britain, landscape, ancient hill figures, and Bronze Age Aegean. I think that's how you say that. His surveys on the Cairn Giant won a, some people say that's Saran Giant, so I'm not sure if I'm saying it properly, won a 1996 British Archaeological Award. His titles include Castles of Britain and Ireland, The Making of Stonehenge, and Minoans. So when you get into the book, what's super cool is the way they have the chapters laid out. So you've got chapter 1 or part 1, Celtic people and lifestyle, part 2, Celtic places, part 3, Celtic religion, part 4, myths, legends, and stories, part 5, symbols, ideas, and archetypes, part 6, Celtic Twilight and Revival, Celtic Twilight, Celtic Revival. And those are all one part. And then a brief bibliography. It gives you a little preface, which is quite long actually. And then there's lots and lots of little symbols throughout the whole book. And then it goes into the book. And I mean, immediately we go right into Celtic people and lifestyle. And I mean, you just pick it up and just look at something. Aidan McGabran. And then you do just, let's see, Aidan McGabran was king of Dalriada. I am not good at Gaelic, Gaelica, or Welsh. And they're all three in this book. Myth is often based in fact, and we all know that. So there's quite a lot of information here on King Arthur if you're interested in that. It's pretty cool. Which I actually enjoy. Glance through some of it. Anyway, you can just literally open this book anywhere and just look and go, oh, I want to read about that, and just read about it. And you can decide, well, I want to read about places, or I want to read about people, or I want to read about symbols, and literally just go there and read about that. One thing I really liked was food and feasting. It went into how important feasting and food and getting together like that was to Celtic culture. Poseidonus is the one that described the feast in Celtic culture. And they go into quite a bit of detail. The thing I liked was this. I'm not reading the whole thing. The Celts sometimes engage in single combat at dinner, for they gather in arms and engage in mock battles and fight hand to hand, but sometimes wounds are inflicted, and the annoyance caused by this, the annoyance, may even lead to killing. The annoyance may even lead to killing. I'm sorry, it makes me laugh. Unless the bystanders restrain them. In former times, when the hindquarters were served up, the bravest hero took the thigh piece, and if another man claimed it, they stood up and fought in single combat to the death. This was some serious shit at dinner. The annoyance of a wound. The annoyance of a wound. I will kill you. You cut me, and I wanted to eat. I will kill you. It's just like, oh my God. So, I don't know, I thought it was funny, but it actually made me think of how it's still kind of carried over to this alpha male thing of needing the drumstick off the turkey at Thanksgiving, which really isn't the hindquarters, it's the wing, but it's that big juicy red meat part off the turkey. My family is not that way, but usually I end up with it. And I want that raw. But but I mean, it's kind of that that alpha male thing, or you know, who's going to cut the turkey? You know, which one of you is manly enough to cut the turkey? I mean, it's that thing that seems to have carried over, and I just found that amusing that, you know, back then it was so violent. You know, I can't see brandishing the electric knife because, you know, you feel like you are the one that should be able to cut the turkey. I don't know, it just kind of stuck with me. So another thing that really stuck with me, it's on a similar page, it's funeral odes, and it was one of the duties of the Celtic bard. Bards actually really interest me, to write a funeral ode on the death of his king. A fine example has survived, entitled, oh geez, I'm so sorry guys, Marnod Uther Pendragon, which can be translated to the funeral ode to the wonderful Pendragon. Should have said that. For a long time this was thought to be the funeral ode for Uther, Arthur's father, but the word utter can be an adjective meaning terrible or wonderful, while Pendragon is a Celtic title for a high king or du bellorum. This means that the ode may have been addressed to Arthur himself. And I want to read the ode because it's actually really, really beautiful. The longing and lamentation of multitude. Of course I screw it up. Let me try it again. The longing and lamentation of the multitude, and unceasing throughout the host. They earnestly yearned for the joyful prize of blue enamel. There your stone with your name became a riddle. They also wished for their prince. All around appears the rule of order at the head of the feast. They seek to dress the head of the feast with black. They unendingly shed blood among the war bands, longing for you to defend them and give them succor. The sword that was in the van in taming the brothers of Caw of the Wall. They crave for longing for a portion of your cause, and for refuge in the manliness of Arthur. They long for your coming in 100 fortresses. 100 manors long for your assurances. They long for your coming in 100 schools. 100 chieftains long for your coming. The great and mighty sword that supported them. They look for your best judgments of merit, the restoration of principalities. Your sayings are remembered, soothing the aggressive. The eloquence of the bards is not great enough. Toiling for weeks with the eagerness of beavers, with the names of men and war bands to compare you. Above the eagles, above the fear of disorder, I am the one who is with great warrior. I am the bard, the bagpiper, I am with the Creator. 17 musicians create the great rhapsody of the first power. The leader of heaven has left the nation without a roof. Caw of the Wall seems an odd phrase. The life of Caddoc tells us that Caw lived in southern Scotland, not far from Hadrian's Wall. He was the father of Gildas. Basically, they think that this particular ode was to Arthur, King Arthur. But that last line, the leader of heaven has left the nation without a roof. It's certainly, when you read this, it certainly is befitting of a king, as far as the king that we would know as Arthur. When I came across it in the book, it actually really teared me up the first time I read it. Don't know why. Might not do that to everyone. Anyway, I wanted to share that. So there are things like that in this book that I've not seen anywhere else. I wasn't even looking for that when I found it. I was just scrolling through and I just found it. So this book is definitely worth the money. It is definitely worth it if you like anything Celtic, and Celtic encompasses in this book Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. I think you guys would really enjoy this book. I know I'm loving it. It was £12.99 UK. I don't have a price on here US because it was bought in the UK. So it's published by Harper Element. You can find this on Amazon, I'm sure. And it's really, really fun. It's a fun book. Check it out. You will enjoy it. Anyway, many blessings, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.